Hello, Arcuate Douglas. This is Anubricon, aka Princess Chubb, and my little buddy Jimmy Hat here. Just doing a comparison vid with you. So let's get started. I'm going to start with your ruin build, our ruin builds, I guess. I noticed it was hard to see, but it looked like you hit 836 on your build. I'm sure that's the low number, which is the average number. That'll probably jump up if you hit the pole a bunch more. You'll probably get every once in a while, you'll get one for 860. I think the number goes up by 24 with the ruin. At least it does with mine anyway. So taking a look at the decorations and the skills. Your skills, you've got one more attack boost than I do. Crit's the same, weaknesses the same, focus same, peak performance same. Max might is the same. And you've opted for, the recovery speed from, I believe, the pant or the waist, where I've got the Nergigante coil to get my other 2 attack, and I'm keeping a medicine jewel in there. This could be an expert. For purposes of testing, it's whatever. I prefer the medicine jewel over the 3% affinity. But looks like you're at 25% affinity. With my jewel, I'm 28. So I'd rather have the medicine. Anyway, so you hit for 836. I noticed that your attack, by the way, your attack boost at level 7 is using literally 7 attack jewels. Good on you for being able to do that. I got 4, which is borderline a lot. So anyway, here we go. This is probably going to hit for 827. There's a chance it hits for 851. Oh, look at that, 851. That probably won't happen again, which is good. So we got that out of the way. And this one will most certainly hit for 827. If it crits. Yeah, 827. So one extra attack boost would have given me the 836 on that hit that you got, because that's the only difference as far as our damage goes. So really the builds are very similar. It's easier to get the stats off of mine than it is with yours, and yours has 2 health boost. So yours has the health boost level 2, which is good. But again, you're using 7 attack gems to get there. So all in all, it's basically 6 of one, half dozen of the other, I'm guessing. I got there, it looks like a different way. I think you've got Empress here. Yeah, you went with the Death Stench. I'm getting my focus from these 2 pieces. I just like the Diablos bracers for the focus level 2 and the level 1 slots. I like the Damascus because it looks really good. Nergigante coil, again, because I've only got the 4 attack jewels. Had I 7 attack jewels, this would be exactly what you went with. That's usually what I'll go with if I've got extra jewels, which I don't. And then Val Hazak Greaves, where you've got the level 2 health boost from your Empress. I rock this, again, for aesthetics. It gives me one of my peak performances. And level 2 and level 1. Recovery speed is, why not? Okay, so that's about it for that one. So we're looking at, on average, this is 827, yours is 836. I'm going to swap over to the Wyvern Impact build. These are fairly different. Yours and mine are fairly different ways to get to almost the same end. One thing to note is you have affinity and attack boost. I have affinity and health regen. So that does that does come into play, but I've tested it both ways. Hopefully I can explain how I did that in this video, because I'm trying to get it done in one shot here. Alright, anywho, let's take a look at it. So you're at 30% affinity, I'm at 25% affinity. Let's see, I'm at your video right now at 138. It shows your skills. Bear with me. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, so these are considerably different. I built yours and tested it, of course, without re-augmenting or anything. And I found something interesting regarding where you have 4 attack boost, and you're getting your affinity from the level 3 maximum might. As you can see, I'm getting all my affinity from max critical eye. So you're basically swapping 1 critical boost. Yes, you have 2 and I've got 3. 1 critical boost for 4 attack boost. And that swap is almost dead even. You lose literally 1 point of damage with the attack boost, as opposed to going 3 crit boost. However, that 4 attack boost, obviously it affects all your damage, not just your criticals. I think it's easier to get to 3 crit boost than it is to 2 crit boost and 4 attack boost, but literally it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You're kind of splitting hairs at that point. One thing to note, though, is the critical eye. The difference between critical eye, obviously, and maximum might is that with critical eye, it doesn't matter if you don't have stamina. Usually it doesn't come to play, but as you know, using a greatsword, there are times when you roll away, you shoulder check, you have to shoulder check again, and then you're ready, and then the opening comes. You don't have time for the true charge slash. You want to let one rip. You don't have your stamina, so if you're counting on maximum might at that moment, you're losing 30% affinity. Again, it comes to play sometimes it doesn't. So let's take a look. You've got the 4 attack boost, the 3 weakness exploit, 3 focus, handicraft at 2, which is great. If I'm looking at it right, that tells, oh yeah, you're getting it from Kushala, the Kushala chest. I just went with a handicraft gem. It was easier for me. And another difference is the evade extender, where you have the 2 health boost. That's the difference of me using Dante's boots and an Empress crown, and you using, a Dragon King eye patch, and of course the Empress Greaves. That's a preference thing. Usually I would say, yeah, sure, again, it's preference. It's not, I don't know, something to ridicule. Because health boost is great. But with the crit eye build that I'm using, it's easier for me to go with Dante's. Additionally, the weakness exploit, the evade extender works really well with this guy right here, the evasion mantle. When you do get that to proc, when you simply evade out of something, and again, that synergizes really well with the critical eye affinity gain style, because you can roll freely without worrying about losing your affinity. If you roll, get a hit in, with the evasion mantle, that does a lot of damage. So anyway, that's something to keep in mind. Again, your number was hard to see. It kind of cut out quick on your video, but I wrote down 886. 886, I think is the high band, actually. Because what we have here is, on my high band it's 871, on my normal attack it's 845. So we'll just do this real quick. This one I'm guessing is going to be 845 if it crits. No, I got the 871 again, look at that. So that's 871, that's my high band, right? This one, unless I'm really lucky, is going to be 845. if I can hit stand. No crit. So yeah, you can do these shoulder tackles all day. And again, by the time you get your true slash out, it's fine. But sometimes, you know, you gotta stop in the middle and do, you know, just the second slash or even the first in an actual fight. Okay, 871 again, I'll take it. Well, I guess I'm going to be doing 871 all day. Can't say I complain, but it doesn't usually work out this way. There it is. There's your 845. So, believe it or not, the 845 will be your average. My average. And the 871 is the extreme. Whereas your number was 886, I'm guessing your range is 860 to 886. And even 26 points, based on my 845 to 871, that's 26. Add that to your, or subtract that rather, from your 886, and you get 860. The reason I've come to that determination was because I replicated basically, well, at least the stats of your build. This is the 4 attack boost, I'm sorry, 4 attack boost, 2 crit boost version. And the numbers that I come up with this are 842 to 868. Which, if I were to add your 5 raw, if I were to add your 5 raw from your attack boost augment, that's not on this weapon, it would come to probably exactly 860 to 886. Okay, so those are the differences between the builds. Going with your, let's go with your, for a comparison, those are the numbers, all right? So those are the raw numbers. And the only other thing to add to that, which is kind of the dark horse in the conversation, is the blast damage. So blast will proc, and when it does, as you know, it's 120 damage. So if we take your low bands, let's go with the low bands. You hit 836 with the ruin, and let's say your low band of the 886 from your impact is 860. So we're going to subtract 26 points, okay, from the 886 to make 860. That difference is exactly 24 points. It would take five of those from the Wyvern impact to make up for just one blast proc. Any 1-star monster, even if it's strong again, nothing except for Zora Magda is immune to blast. Even Tio has a 1-star resistance. 1-star resistance monsters typically get blasted at least twice, definitely once. So there's that to consider. And on the flip side of that, a peak performance build is not always active. I'm actually surprised how often it is active. You know, when I first started messing with peak performance a while ago, I thought it would be useless against elders because of their auras and this and that. It's actually, especially with the greatsword, and especially with the augment, the health regen augment, just in my experience, it's actually on a lot more than I expected it to be. And so if I can squeeze that into my builds, I will. So anyway, that's a brief, I guess hopefully brief rundown. I'll go ahead and forward this to you when I get it wrapped up. It's been fun. I'll add you to my my deal, and good deal. We'll see you, bud.